Hello, hello, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the world. I am coming this evening for us to continue the interaction that relates and concerns Biafra. Biafra is our religion, our nation, and we must continue to talk about Biafra, my people. Join me from wherever you are watching. Today is 14th of July, 2024. And today I will tell you categorically that our PM will be traveling to Germany in the evening. So let us quickly have this very short and quick update. Join me from wherever you are watching. My people, before I continue, let me say a prayer. Father, Lord, God Almighty, Heavenly God, I thank and glorify your holy name for being our God. Today being Sunday, we, your children, have gone to serve and worship you because you are a wonderful God. I commit our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, into your holy hands. I commit our Prime Minister, who is our current leader, into your holy hands. God, may you protect and guide them. Guide all Biafrans all over the world. He say, my people, you know that recently something happened in Biafra land where a mother who is disabled was evicted from her home by her own husband, younger brother. And he is one of the chiefs in Hope Uzodimas, one of the local government areas in Imo State. But my people, hello, Sonny, thank you for joining. My people, you will agree with me that our PM got this information of this very widow and the way she was treated. Guess what, my people? PM gave an ultimatum for this woman's property to be taken back to the house from where she was evicted under 24 hours, or else, my people, the whole world, the Biafra government in exile is all over the world, both diaspora and homeland. The loyalty of Biafrans lies with their government in exile, and our PM has done it again. So, my people, we all have to continue voting and continue the fundraising, because what we are doing is very, very effective. You will all agree with me that currently the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been the topical issue, because the Southeast politicians who are feeling the heat felt that this is the time for them to either make or break Biafra using our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a medium to achieve that. As you all know, any politician in the zoo is nothing short of criminal. The activities, the word they say to you, when they say to you good morning, if you look at your watch, you will tell that they are saying good morning to you in the evening, because sometimes morning and evening they look alike. And that goes to show the level of their deception. their deceptive way of doing things. These politicians are so self-centered, very insensitive, so deceitful. They don't think of other people's sons and daughters, because why? They have sent their own families to foreign countries unashamedly. Countries that men like them are presidents and prime ministers. That's where they send their children, failing their own citizens in their homeland. Now they want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to, as one stone to kill three birds. They want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get the federal government to promise the Southeast that they want to rule Nigeria in 2027. They want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stop Biafra agitation. They want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu like a sacrificial lamb, as if to say that the Fulanis that have been ruling Nigeria before, even during the amalgamation, 1914 till date, that Fulani have sacrificed any of their sons in that manner. So my people, my colleague and my brother, Odinanwa, he has this detailed information of the current plan of these Ohaneses. And what they are trying to do is that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refuses to give up Biafra and to stop our PM, then they will torture him the more, because he is going to stop them from achieving their 2027 political dreams of being president of Nigeria. Who told these moronic politicians that that is what we Biafrans want? My people, we have crossed this Rubicon, but they want to knock heads, but God will not allow them. Because why I use the word knocking heads is that if Onyendu agrees for them to achieve that, that means that his struggle from 2013 and his 3 years incarceration is for nothing. But I can assure you, my people, that our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will not accept to that. Because even if he accepts, unfortunately, the Biafrans will not listen to him. Because it's not about who rules Nigeria. If the Southeasterners rule Nigeria in 2027, they can only rule for 4 or 8 years. And they will come out. And the terrorism, the lies, the criminality, everything starts all over again. We want to end this hardship once and for all. But nevertheless, it is good for you people to hear in details from Odinawa, Biafra Unite, which is one of our brothers and one of our media teams. Listen to what he has to say. It is very detailed, and I want us to listen to it.
And of course, put them to bed. So many things are going on right now. If you are not paying attention, you will not understand what is going on. Jackals and hyenas are gathering. The sun is gathering. The moon is gathering. The eclipse of the sun is expected. In this very quest for the freedom of the Biafran people, and if care is not taken, a lot of mistakes are going to be made. And I want to tell the entire Biafrans today, wherever you are listening to me from, that this is the time. What we are doing right now is the biggest, or should I say, what is going on right now is the biggest storm. Pay attention, this is very, very important. The biggest storm ever is happening right now in this Biafra quest. The biggest storm in the Biafra liberation movement. And this very storm is exactly what is going to give birth to the Biafra sovereignty, to the independent state of Biafra. This very storm that is going on right now will give birth to the Republic of Biafra. Remember, we have three entities, or should I say, two people that make up three entities. Should I say three entity or four entity? We have two people under two entity that make up four groups. I think I got it right. We have two people under two entity that make up four groups. I'm going to explain. I will explain. Linus Nwafuru, you're welcome. Biafra Mass Exodus 2024. Of course, that is where we are. Ordinary, it is a forward ever. Of course, we are moving forward. No retreat, no surrender. Now, let me explain this to you, my people. We have to listen. Where I started from telling you that we now have what is happening right now, both in Biafra liberation movement and in Biafra land and the zoo at large, is the biggest storm in the history of Biafra liberation or agitation that is going to give birth to Biafra independence. And it's going to happen it's going to happen in this our time now. In this recent time now, it's going to happen, in a jiffy. It's going to happen in a jiffy. But it will only happen in a hurry if we maintain only, not just if, only if we maintain the momentum. Pay very good attention, my people. It's going to happen very, very soon. Remember where I'm coming from. Only if we maintain the momentum. But it's going to delay. If it's to come, if it's to happen, it will definitely happen. Biafra will come, whether we like it or not, whether anybody likes it or not. Biafra will come. It doesn't matter how they play the politics. Biafra will come. It doesn't matter.
Hello, my brother Peter. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Ambrose, for joining. My people, remember to click the like button, share the video so that it goes viral. It is a very important information for our people to hear.
How they delay it, Biafra will come. So, but I'm saying that the only thing out of this very big storm happening now in Biafra movement, which is going to give birth to Biafra independence very, very soon. This very, very soon, it has, in fact, it comes into two different ways. The first one, it will give birth to Biafra independence as soon as possible, depending on how we manage and maintain the momentum, or else it will stop Biafra from coming right now. Not that it's going to stop Biafra from coming completely, but it's just going to stop Biafra from coming now. So it's going to delay Biafra. Instead of coming now, it will come later. Are you getting me? So now that is one part of it. Then the other part of it is that this very storm that is happening now is either brings Biafra now or delays Biafra to the next generation. Very, very important. What I'm explaining today, I haven't explained it before. Thank you so much, Cliffy Bear. Cliffy Bear, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you. All right, we continue. Now, what I'm saying, please, if you want to give me super chat, if you can try to write something under it, I will appreciate, so I can read your comment. Very, very important. When I appreciate you, I would like to read your comment, even if it's to tell me well done. It is okay, so that I can be able. I like it when I appreciate you and I read your comment at the same time. It gives me joy. So we continue. Now, you see this very storm happening now. It comes in two different ways. If they succeed, they will push the Biafra restoration, the Biafra, to the next generation. If it's to come, Biafra will come. Nobody can stop it because it is God's project. But if they fail, then it's going to bring Biafra now, as we have planned, as the government in exile has planned. Now, having told you this, let me begin the dissection of what I have said. Now, you see, the storm, the biggest storm, which is going on now, which is happening now in the Biafra agitation, is that the vultures are gathering. They want to change the ideology of what we are doing or what we are fighting for into a different thing. And they don't just want to change the ideology with enormous pressing and listening very, very good. If you may, please write everything that I'm saying right now. Write it down. Write them on a sheet of paper, if you may. So, what am I trying to say? The vultures are gathering. The jackals, the hyenas, they are all gathering. The white dog, they are all gathering. The bull, the elephant, they are all gathering. And you know what? They are gathering for one purpose. If you haven't liked or shared the broadcast, please endeavor to do so. I want this very broadcast to go very, very viral. Extremely viral. I want it to go very, very viral. It's going to be very, very important. So those vultures, jackals, hyenas, and all of them gathering at the moment should listen and know that I'm a farmer. And not wherever in a chefa. Now, these vultures and hyenas who are gathering, they are not just gathering, they are not just trying to change the ideology, but they are gathering with speed. They are gathering with their own ideas. They are gathering with enormous pressure.
Hello, Ngozi. Thank you for joining. Teacher Charles, thank you for joining. My people, always remember to hit the like button to invite more Biafrans, because this very information is very, very important to our people.
And this enormous pressure will be heaped on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Listen and listen very, very attentively, my people. This enormous pressure that they are coming with will be heaped on one man, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will get to us, all of us. I want you to pay attention. Through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which the whole pressure is heaping on, they will get to us. But, there is but there, very big but, B-U-T, capital B-U-T, but. When they get to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is 50-50. It's either Mazi Nnamdi Kanu succumbs to the pressure, because the pressure will be very, very huge. I'm going to explain the pressure to you. So it's either Mazi Nnamdi Kanu succumbs to the pressure or overcomes the pressure. I don't know if you are listening. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu succumbing to the pressure will not stop the coming of Biafra, but it's going to cause chaos worse than what we passed through in the hands of the DOS before we defeated them and gave them vote of no confidence. It will be chaos. The chaos will be intense. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu succumbs to the pressure, it's going to cause very big chaos in the freedom that we are pursuing. But if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu defeats the pressure, then it's not just going to give a boost to what we are doing, but it's going to alleviate a lot of minds to what we are doing. But it will also cause a lot of pain to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Pay attention, please. Now, having explained, remember the last word, it's going to cause a lot of pain to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Remember that. Now, let me start explaining this pressure. The pressure is this. After the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Biafra Republic Government in exile that we have there, which started with autopilot, managed to keep the struggle, managed to hold the struggle up there. Now, we did not allow the struggle to fall. Meanwhile, by the time these whole things were happening, all these vultures, jackals, and hyenas were watching why their boys that they recruited paid humongous amount of money in order to destroy the struggle. Since they have gotten the leader, they sat back and watched all of us battle it out, media-wise, and of course on ground. They didn't say anything. They didn't do anything. They were just watching, believing that their boys that they recruited have the capacity to defeat us, the genuine ones. They forgot that the truth is only thing that stands the test of time. So, as we defeated them, their boys, gave them vote of no confidence, they now saw that their boys that they recruited and paid humongous amount of money have failed to do their bidding. Now they have come out en masse. They have come out en masse trying to thwart what we are doing, trying to destroy what we are doing with their own ideology. Now, let me begin the explanation. The pressure is this. Since they have seen that we have succeeded in holding up the struggle without letting it fall and die completely, which was the sole target of kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to destroy the agitation for Biafra, to stop the Biafra from coming, in order for them to keep on their criminal activities in the area, for them to keep on impoverishing the poor masses, the majority of the Biafran people, so that they keep on making us, stealing our money, the public fund, robbing us, destroying our lives, sending youths to the early grave. This is what they wanted. Buying houses in Dubai, London, Europe, America, living large, while the poor keep suffering. This is what they wanted. But we have made it impossible for them to achieve this goal. Then they have come out right now. Now, they started in trying to get Mazi Simon Ekpa to succumb. It failed woefully because Mazi Simon Ekpa never given them any attention. You all heard Maxwell. You all heard what Maxwell said, that he traveled to Europe, went to Belgium to see the Prime Minister. No, he went to Germany. Then the Prime Minister told him, let us see in Belgium. He waited in Belgium. Finally, he couldn't see the Prime Minister. Now the Prime Minister told him, let us speak on phone. They spoke on phone. The Prime Minister told him that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said whatever he said, why AK-47 is on his head. Therefore, he cannot listen. So, that very statement broke the camel's back. So, now, they tried everything they could. The Prime Minister did not give them any attention. They saw that that side is no-go area, just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was no-go area until they find a way to kidnap him. So they now try to kidnap Mazi Simon Ekpa. No way. They tried with normal extradition. It didn't work because the Finland told them that he has never committed any offense known to law for us to hand him over to you. What he's fighting for is his right, his freedom, is his inalienable right to fight for his freedom. So therefore, he has never committed any offense. So they have seen that it is impossible to extradite the Prime Minister through legal means. They tried extraordinary rendition, it's not working. They tried sending kidnappers, it didn't work. They tried sending suicide bomber, it didn't work. Now they are tired. So what have they decided to do? They have decided to use this enormous pressure to pressurize Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to drop the BIAFRA agitation. Now, this pressure is coming in this form. They gathered these Southeast politicians and the Ohaneze and Yoshi criminals, gathered and decided what to do. They said, listen, I have gotten to that very climax. They said to themselves, since we cannot stop these young boys, these youths, these young boys from fighting the establishment, from fighting the system, since it is glaring that we not stop them from fighting the system, let us utilize this opportunity. Let us turn it into our own favor. Listen, my people. Like as I said before, what I'm explaining today, I've never explained it before. What they are saying now, what they have decided, said to themselves, is that since we can't stop them, let us turn the situation into our favor. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now in our own hand. He's with us here. Let us first of all leave the one that called himself Simon Ekpa, since we cannot reach him. Let us focus on Nnamdi Kanu that is with us. Let us, since he has suffered for 3 years, he has suffered for 3 years, he has smelled iron for 3 years, let us use this opportunity to turn the whole situation into our own favor. What are they looking for? Now, they want to use Nnamdi Kanu to hold the Zoo federal government to ransom. Pay very good attention, my people. I have not started playing the video because this explanation is very, very paramount. So they want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to hold the federal government to ransom in order to give them what they want. So, in fact, the Southeast politicians and the Ohaneze criminals want to use the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They want to use one stone to buy 2 birds. Very important. Listen. Now, they want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to normalize their own situation and write their name in the good book of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then use the same opportunity to hold the federal government of the zoo to ransom. Because how are they going to use the situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to normalize their own situation, to write their own names in the good books of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Somebody's asking if this is live. This is live. Today's date is 7th of July 2024. Now, how do they want to achieve this? They want to achieve this by persuading Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to accept the political solution and drop Biafra agitation, get freed, and compensation that runs in millions of dollars. That runs in millions of dollars. Now, as if that is not enough, this one is from the Southeast politicians and Ohanese criminals. Get compensated with millions of dollars. Now, after convincing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get this, and it's not going to come by mere conviction, they are coming with threat. That's why I told you they are coming with enormous pressure. Pay attention. They are going to threaten Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Should you refuse our offer, we are going to tell the federal government of the zoo to put you in a very serious and severe condition that you cannot even afford to accept. The condition you are going to see yourself will be unacceptable to your own body and your flesh. And they are going to tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are going to abandon you. We will abandon you. They will tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that this is the only opportunity that you have to accept our offer and be free. If you fail to accept this offer, we will abandon you and you will suffer. And you are not going to see anybody, any so-called stakeholders. You know, whenever you hear critical stakeholders, they are talking about the criminals. They are thieves. You are not going to see any thief again soliciting for your release. Listen and listen very, very good, my people. I'm telling you the pressure, the threat that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to receive moving forward. And that threat has already started. As I'm talking to you right now, that threat has started. Anytime you hear anybody went to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is the threat. But they are starting again with the promises and trying to convince Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to accept their offer. So when the serious threat begins, I will let you know that the threat has started. I will come here and tell you that the main threat now has started. Right now, what they are doing now is using all kinds of mechanism to try and convince Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they believe that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, he's able to stop us and stop Mazi Samaneba from fighting for Biafra again. Now, do you know what is going to happen? After the threat, during that threat, it is either Mazi Nnamdi Kanu accepts it or he leaves it. That's why I told you it is coming in two different ways. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu accepts it, then the chaos which I talked about, is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will now come out and start fighting us, because we will never accept to drop Biafra. I want you to pay attention and follow him. Even if I don't play video that I wanted to play, I will be okay after this broadcast. Now, the kiosk, which is going to delay, very, very good attention. The kiosk, which is going to Biafra from coming, is that we are going to enter into another war again, which is different from the battle of liberation. Because there will be loyalists who will follow what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to say. When I say loyalists, I'm talking about men on ground, not even on media. I personally have sworn that I will never fight or antagonize or attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I have sworn, that is for me, that is my personal opinion. But there will be loyalists. There will be loyalists who will fight against those who still want to be free, who don't want political solution. So it's going to do what? The chaos will cause delay to what we are doing. That is only if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dances to their tone, which is not coming, which is not happening. Now, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu defeats the pressure of accepting their useless political solution, which means Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will still stand on Biafra or nothing, then they will tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are going to rot in jail. That is going to be their final word to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, after that, they will now go and tell the federal government, Tinubu and co, to suffer Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the more. To suffer him the more. Now, the second stone which these politicians and Ohanese criminals want to use to buy the second bed, yes, the second bed that the politicians and Ohanese and Yoshi want to use to buy. Wants to use, how will I put it? The second bed that the politicians and the Ohanese want to buy with the same stone. Yes, that is the right word. The second bed that they want to buy with the same stone is to use that same opportunity, because the federal government of the zoo, as it stands right now, is panicking. Let me make this clear. The federal government of the zoo is panicking over the Biafra issue. If you are not aware, I want you to know it. I'm not talking about the Southeast politicians. Now, the federal government of the zoo, controlled by the Fulani, is panicking over the Biafra issue. In fact, it is the biggest headache to the federal government of the zoo. It is the biggest headache to the army of the zoo. It is the biggest headache to the police of the zoo. It is the biggest headache to every politician all across the zoological republic. Every, both local level, those operating in the local level, and those operating in the federal level. Biafra exodus, Biafra liberation is the biggest headache to the politicians in the zoo today. So now, and the Southeast politicians and the Ohanese criminals are aware that the Biafra exit is the big headache to the federal government. So they now want to utilize the opportunity to antagonize the federal government, to hold the federal government to ransom. I want you to follow. Pay very good attention. This is very, very important. So they want to use this opportunity, which is the second bed that they want to buy with one stone. They want to use this opportunity to hold them to ransom, so that the federal government of the zoo will be able to do their bidding. And P2B is being positioned. P2B has been positioned to play the biggest role. Listen and listen very, very attentively, my people. They all have positioned P2B to use him and play the biggest role. Now, what are these things the Igbo politicians and the Ohanese criminals want to achieve? As they have noticed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a menace, is a very big headache to the Zoo government, and Biafra exit is the biggest issue at the moment right now in the Zoo. So they want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to negotiate the Igbo political agenda in the Zoological Republic. So now, if they manage to convince Mazi Nnamdi, they will now be on the higher, they will have the upper hand. Listen, I know they are listening right now because now we have over 1,000 something listening. So one of them is here. Now, if they manage to negotiate with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and succeed, which they have failed already before taking up the journey, that one I can tell them for free. Now they will be on the higher side. They will have the upper hand when negotiating with the federal government. What they want to negotiate with the federal government is this. Listen, we have managed to convince this man, Wamadia, this young man, to drop these Biafra matters on one condition. That the Igbo people are crying that their own issues are not being considered in the zoo. Are you willing to do this and that for us so that Biafra agitation will end? The federal government will ask them, what do you want? Because they know the Igbo politicians are aware that the zoo called Nigeria is feeding from Biafra land. They know. So the Biafra people can decide to cut it off. Now they will tell the federal government, they will list all their demands to the federal government of the zoo. They're going to list all their demands, everything they want, which includes allocations, more ministerial positions, and above all, the biggest target is 2027 presidency of Mr. P2B. Now, that is now, in fact, this is what is terrible. I know if they are listening now, they will be mad. They will be asking, who told this man our plan? They'll be asking themselves. It is no longer planned because it's already in the public. I'm telling the Ohanese criminals, I'm telling the Igbo politicians, it is no longer a secret because it is now in the public. They want to use one stone to buy two birds at the same time. Now, on our own side, we have sworn never in any way pay attention to anybody that says something contrary to the total freedom of the Biafran people. That is where Mazi Samanepa stands. That is where Biafra Unite stands. That is where Biafra Government in Exile stands. That is where Biafra Liberation Army stands. That is where every genuine Biafran who have voted for Biafra referendum stands. Every genuine Biafran who has voted for Biafra referendum and those who are still going to vote in this second phase and third stage of the Biafra referendum, that is where we all stand. Total freedom, because we have gone beyond, we have crossed Rubicon. So the problem they have now, the main problem that they have now is how to convince Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to accept this their devilish offer. That is the biggest problem. They can manage to convince the zoo government, they can manage to convince the Fulani government, fine. In as much as Fulani keep on making the oil, in as much as they still maintain their oil wells in Biafra land.
Yes, my fellow Biafrans, as we are all listening to this wonderful rendition by our brother, my colleague Odinanwa is saying, popularly known as Biafra Unite, you know that the treatment of the people of the Southeast, the way it is now, has worsened from the way their forefathers, the Fulanis that came from Sahel, treated our forefathers. They came in 1808, about 200 years now. Let no Biafran be misled or be swayed into thinking otherwise. Why I'm saying this is that Biafra agitation, I'm not happy that Onyendu is incarcerated. I love him so much. I want him to come out like tomorrow. And I know that by the special grace of God, he will be released. But let no one be swayed into believing that if Onyendu is not out, that Biafra will not come. No. These politicians are so moronic and very daft. They don't think like human beings. I don't know whether it is a thing that goes with their age, but whatever it is, we are not with them. And I believe and I trust that Onyendu will never succumb to their cheap blackmail. Biafra will surely come. We have always been the scapegoat, the sacrificial lamb for that contraption to continue to exist. We are not going back, but it is always good that if there is any news that touches and concerns what we are doing, that it should be brought to the knowledge of all of us. We are all Biafrans. We have been Biafra before Nigeria was amalgamated. And that Biafra we must go back to, because Biafrans are predominantly Christians, plus a couple of us that are traditionalists. Serving God is not a thing of force. You don't force people to serve God. Hello, Chidera. Thank you for joining. Serving God is not a thing of force. People have various ways of serving their God. Till tomorrow, not everyone is Christian, like the Buddhists. They are not Christians, but they serve God in their own way. The Jewish, they are not Christians, but they serve God in their own way. So those of us who are Christians are more in number in the Southeast, which is Biafra land, in total, the 40 United States of Biafra. So Ojukwu started Biafra with his fellow army officers. He could not get it, unfortunately, because people like the DOS during that time sabotaged him and he lost the war. Now, Uwazurike started. He could not do it. And our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, took over. So whether Onyendu accepted to follow the Nigerian politicians, that's fine. We love him for the much he has done for us. Biafra must come. If he refuses, we will thank God all the same. We love him dearly for what he is to us and who he is to us. The awareness, the struggle, the sacrifice he has made for us is unbelievable. We love him for that. But if these politicians finally convinces him, like they convinced Wazirike, using Andy Oba to achieve that, now they are going by themselves to talk to Onyendu about dropping Biafra so that they will use him to go and tell the federal government to promise them for a ticket in 2027. That cannot happen. No, today is not fundraising. It was yesterday. Our PM will be going to Germany in the next 30 minutes. So, my people, Biafra is all about us. All about the 70 to 80 million Biafrans. It's not all about any individual. Onyendu even said it, that anyone who can bring Biafra should do that. That he's not happy that his people are being badly treated. That's all. So, my people, as Ordinawa is narrating, let us keep following. But do not think that if Onyendu is not released, oh, I apologize. It is all about yesterday's fundraising. I didn't change it, the topic. I beg your pardon. Please forgive me. Thank you so much for reminding me. We used it yesterday for fundraising. Oh my God. Sorry, there's a lot that we are thinking about. I forgot to change it. Sorry about that.
They can easily manipulate them. They can easily do whatever, negotiate whatever. It doesn't change anything. Tinubu himself will agree. But the main problem is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the only thing, let me say this today, the only thing that the Zoo government wants to hear before they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will end the Biafra agitation. That is the only thing. The Zoo is not even ready to listen. All this security thing they're talking about, the Zoo doesn't care about that. Sit at home you are talking about is not the main thing that the Zoo wants to hear now. The main thing the Zoo wants to hear is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has accepted to drop the Biafra agitation. And now, the problem there is this. The Southeast politicians and the Johanese criminals cannot manage to offer that to federal government of the Zoo. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from the beginning, when I explained to you the evil in the pot of political solution, that was...
Yeah, Chidera, you are correct. I've just checked. My people, please do accept my apologies. This is my own mistake, and it is all my duty to change it. That's what I used yesterday when we did fundraising. My apologies, sincerely. It was not done on purpose. Thank you so much for forgiving me. Mistake is just one of those things.
2021. And I told you, I got an information, intel, authentic one. The true meaning, the four agendas of political solution, I told you, it is dead and buried. So, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still stand there till tomorrow. So there's a problem. There is a very big problem. Now, let us start with this video and dissecting this, their statement and whatever, rubbish they want to, bring out there to confuse the gullible. Now, let's watch and listen to them. Please, I want you to use this opportunity to share this very broadcast. I need more people here. I need more people here. I want this very broadcast to go as far as possible. If you haven't liked or shared the broadcast, I don't know what you are waiting for. Those of you watching on YouTube, please share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook. If you're watching from Facebook, please share on Facebook, share it everywhere, because I want more people to join this very live presentation. Very, very, very important. Now let's move.
Amen. Amen, Chidera. Thank you.
What sort of political agreement do you think could be reached, with the federal government, Kano and the federal government, to secure his release?
Yes, this person now talking is one of the Ohaneses being interviewed by TVC News. You all know that TVC News belongs to Tinubu. Listen to what the man replied.
Yeah, the political agreement we are looking at is where the federal government will understand. I think now the Kano is like, they're looking at now the Kano represents what is happening in the southeast of Nigeria. It represents the agitation by the poor youth of the southeast. It represents the level of unemployment. It represents the marginalization of the people of the Igbo.
Thank you,
Ambrose. People are grieved about what is happening in Nigeria, how the Igbos are treated. So we are talking about political solution now. It's how to bring to an end some of this all this injustice that are meted to do.
My people, you have all now seen that it was these people that brought Onyendu back. And this is their reason for bringing Onyendu back, using him to beg the Fulani from Sahel. Using your own brother, your illustrious son, like Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, like a sacrificial lamb, using him after 3 years to go and ask for you to be allowed to become president in 2027. After they have denied Peter Obi of becoming a president, after they have been treated us like visitors in our own father's land since 1914 till date, still you people were compelled to use your own son to beg the Fulanese, men like you that came from abroad to come and take your land. You want to use your own son to go and beg them to allow you to rule. My people, ndị Igbo si onye were ọnụ ya yọta ife, ọ ga-ejizi gịnị wee rie ya. We are not following these people. We are moving on. If Onyendu is convinced, like the way Anduba convinced Uwazurike, good luck to him. If he remains strong and ignore these people, Biafra will come and they must release him, whether they like it or not. We are not going back. It's just good, as I said, for you, my brothers and sisters, to hear what is going on currently, because we Biafrans, we have taken a lot from these people. We have taken a lot. They've buried our children alive. Near some of them, Nando, this useless network I use, they have bought them over. If you say anything the way they don't like it against the zoo, because the zoo are pussy-go for war, they will block you. That's why we don't just say everything or do anything we like on this YouTube and Facebook, because of that guideline. Because Ndi Fulani, as long as they are drinking this our oil and gas, they are in control of the money. And oil money, is a lot. People are going hungry in that zoo. The only thing they use our money for, two things: Igongwara, buying their Fulani people to come and do their dirty job for them. So, Onyendu, we are watching. I cannot say anything now, because Onyendu is definitely going Hello, Chinyere. Thank you so much. We are talking about Onyendu. Please, my sister, I have to warn you to ignore my title. It was what we used yesterday. And I forgot, as a human being that I am, to change the title. I'm so sorry, but my people understand. So I just want to tell you what we are talking about is the way the politicians want to use their own son to beg to become president in 2027. That's why a son like Onyendu, a brilliant man like Onyendu, is what the Southeast politicians want to tread. And to tell you how hopeless they are, they even told us that they invited Obasanjo, that he joined them for the meeting to agree this kind of thing. Whereas their own brother, Sunday Igboho, who is saying the same thing Onyendu is saying, has been released. I don't know what is wrong with these Southeasterners. I don't know what is wrong with them. I don't know. They behave like, I don't know. These are our elders. My God, they are something else.
We are talking about political solution. How there will be equity in Nigeria. How they will always get their turn and
my people, is it Onyendu that they will use to bring that equity? Does the way Fulanis behave now look like you that they want to back down any day? They are not backing down. And even if they promise them that after Onyendu denied Biafra, they're going to rule in 2027. 2027 is a Fulani man that is going to come in. These our elders, they are messing up.
in all circumstances that are affecting Nigeria. How Nigeria will remember the Igbos were the many people were the founding fathers of this country. And ever since then, we have been back for building this country. Where you find us, trying to develop all the of this country. It is the kind of political solution we are looking at. When Nigeria will understand, Igbos that some of the lives by your lives were addicted. All forms of injustice and exclusion from the federal government. So that's the political solution. So when they understand it and begin to began to correct some of this in the past, and they will calm the nerves, and some of these agitations will reduce. So that's what we are looking at when we talk about political solution.
Now, first and foremost, I want you to understand that the person who is speaking is called Alex Ogbonnia. Alex Ogbonnia is the National Secretary of Publicity Secretary of Ohaneze Criminals. Alex Ogbonnia is the National Secretary, Publicity Secretary of Ohaneze Criminals. He is the one talking. So, meaning that he is speaking on behalf of Ohaneze Ndigo. He's not speaking as a person. I don't know if he's the one that alleged sometime in the past, couple of weeks ago, that they want to kidnap him. I don't know. Somebody alleged. Can you let me know in the comment section if you have an idea, if you have any idea of what I'm talking about? Somebody alleged sometime in the past, couple of weeks ago, that some people are threatening to kidnap him. Some people. I don't know if it's this man or someone else. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Anna, for sharing on X. God bless you. Now, this man called Alex Ogbonnia, the National Publicity Secretary of Ohaneze Criminals, speaking on behalf of Ohaneze Ndigo, said that the political solution that they are looking for, let me play that again.
The agreement we are looking at is where the federal government will understand. I think now the Kano is like, they're looking at now the Kano represents what is happening in the southeast of Nigeria. It represents the agitation by the whole youth of the Southeast. It represents the level of unemployment. It represents the marginalization of the people of the Igbo. It represents how people are aggrieved about what is happening in Nigeria, how the Igbos are treated.
Now, before this man continues, I want to send a message to every Ohanese criminal and evil politicians that look, the Biafra agitation, Biafra liberation has absolutely nothing to do with this your so-called marginalization anymore. It has nothing to do with marginalization. I want to say this because if I will say, if I want to be truthful to myself, if I really want to be truthful to myself, there is no any part of the zoological republic as it stands today that the people, I'm not talking about the development, I'm not talking about development, I'm talking about the people. There is no part of the zoo today that people are not being marginalized. I'm talking about people. I'm not talking about development, because if you are talking about development, there is no development in the zoo. Apart from Lagos State and Abuja. Tell me again, what development are we talking about? All these nonsense towns. You want to talk about cities? Do we have cities in the zoo? Apart from even Lagos itself, Lagos is when you talk about cities, it is only those who have not seen things. When you travel from village to Lagos, hey, I have seen cities, if you flyover, if you dead mainland bridge, hey, city, flyover. No. Please, when you stop hearing my voice, let me know in the comment section. Do not hesitate to let me know so that I can refresh my system. If my voice stop coming out, please let me know in the comment section so that I can be able to refresh my system. So, when we talk about marginalization, can you hear my voice, please? Is my voice coming out, please? If my voice is coming out, let me know. Let me know in the comment section, please. If my voice is coming out, please let me know in the comment section. Very, very important. So, now, when we talk about marginalization, apart from development that we see in Lagos State, the development we see in Abuja, tell me which other place that you can tell me now that the federal government is this and that. Everybody is feeling the marginalization. The Yorubas are feeling the marginalization. The Hausas are feeling the marginalization. The other small ethnic groups in the northern part of the zoo are feeling marginalization. The Igbo people are feeling marginalized. The marginalization. Everybody is feeling marginalized in the damnable zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. And who are the people marginalizing us? The politicians. The politicians are marginalizing us. Because if the governors who collect the, what do you call it? The monthly allocation from Abuja are using that same allocation to bring development in their various states, no state will be talking about marginalization. No ethnic group will be talking about marginalization. So, for the fact that they collect this allocation and share it within themselves, that means everybody is marginalized. As long as you are not a government official, you are not among the politicians who share this cake, you are being marginalized. It is normal. It is very, very normal. So we are not fighting because of marginalization. If it's for marginalization, then everybody will be fighting at the same time. We are fighting for self-preservation. We are fighting against extermination. We are fighting to live. We are fighting against the Fulani incursion of our land.
Hello, Kingsman, Kingsway. Thank you for joining. Udo dịrị gị nwanyị. Ọ ga-adịrị gị mma. Ọya eluigwe gazie. Daalụ nwanne m. Udo dịrị gị. Udo ga-adịrị ụmụ Biafra. They are trying to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to beg the Fulanis to allow them to become, what is it called? The president of 2027. After Obi failed. You remember that Obi, even this week or last week, Obi was calling for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. This is to show you that they are prepared, wanting to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is no tribe in Nigeria that has ever done that, using their sons or daughters being incarcerated. But we are going home. Biafra is here. My people, remember today PM is going to Germany. And you know that whenever he travels, he makes a wonderful speech. Don't fail to be there. Let us continue listening to Biafra Unite.
The invasion of Fulani into our land, the invasion of our land, the desecration of our holy land is what we are fighting against, not for marginalization. So let's continue.
So when you're talking about political solution now, it's how to bring to an end some of this all this injustice that are meted to the people. We are talking about political solution, about how they will be put in Nigeria, how they will always get their turn in all circumstances that are affected.
Did you hear that? Did you get that? Pay attention. Pay attention.
How they will always get their turn in all circumstances that are affecting Nigeria.
Did you hear that? How the Igbos will get their turn in every circumstances affecting the Zoological Republic. How the Igbos will get their turn. I have another video that I'm going to play because I will send a message. I will send a very important message to Nigerians. Those that believe that they are Nigerians, I will send a message to them. So this man said, Ohaneze people and other politicians said, they want to negotiate. If you did not understand it, let me explain it to you. The Ohaneze criminals and evil political, jobbers said that they want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to negotiate how the evil people will get their turn of presidency. How the evil people will get their share in terms of slots in the government, in terms of ministerial job, in terms of appointment, being involved in the cabinet. When during Buhari, I don't know about now. During Buhari, they used to have a security meeting, national security meeting. Igbo man will be there. That thing happened throughout 8 years of Buhari regime. So this man wants Igbos, not this man, Ohaneze Dioshi and Igbo governor, Igbo politicians want Igbos to be slotted, to be included in the government of the zoo. And the only person, the only opportunity that they want to use to get these things done is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In other words, they have politicized the situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, let's continue because a lot of things are coming out.
When get their turn They said there will be equity in Nigeria. How they will always get their turn in, they said in all circumstances that are affecting Nigeria. How Nigeria will remember that Igbos were the founding people, were the founding fathers of this country. And ever since then, we have been part of building the country. This is where you find out they are trying to develop all the of this country. It is the kind of political solution we are looking at. When Nigeria will understand that people are so sidelined by their lives, maltreated, suffer all forms of injustice, and the
Did you hear that?
exclusion from the federal government.
Did you hear that?
And they sidelined by their lives, maltreated. It is the kind of political solution we are looking at. When Nigeria will understand that people are so sidelined by their lives, maltreated.
They want to use the negotiation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to let the Igbos know, to let the federal government know that the Igbos have been sidelined. That is the negotiation they are talking about. And this negotiation now, because there's another video I'm going to play, which everything will be properly explained. Now, this negotiation, I told you from beginning that it comes into two different ways. The one for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes in two ways, and the one for federal government comes in one way. And that very one way carries a lot of branches, which includes Igbo inclusion in the federal government scheme, Igbo presidency, Igbo ministerial positions, and all that. Now, that is the part of the federal government, and the only hope to achieve this is through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want you to listen.
Suffer all forms of injustice and
exclusion from
the federal government.
And the exclusion from the federal government. These are the things they want to use this opportunity to stop. And I want to tell Ohanese criminals and the Igbo political jobbers that, look, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not start the agitation for Biafra for the Igbo politicians.
Hello, Stella.
Listen, my people. I want to use this opportunity to let them understand that we are not fighting for Biafra for the Igbo political jobbers and Ohanese criminals, for them to come in and start negotiating on behalf of the agitators, on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, on behalf of Biafra government in exile, on behalf of Simon Ekpa, on behalf of Biafrans at large. We did not start this movement for them to come in now. Only in the most state in our can somebody help me in the comment? If you are from Imo State, please help me. There's a way they say it, for them now to come, everybody, then there be no negotiation. We did not die for you to negotiate for your political interest. Never. The Biafran youths were not massacred only for Ohanese criminals and P2B to become president. The earlier these fools understand this, the better for all of them. That the Biafra people did not, lose their youths, including those that were starved between 1967 to 1970, only for P2B to become the president of the zoo. Never. The earlier these fools understand this, the better for all of them. That Biafrans were not massacred in Obibo for P2B to become president.
Yes, my brother Kingsman, I agree with you. He said our politicians and Ohanese is mostly the problem we are having in Biafra land and another thing is religion. These three things is the central problem we are having, you know, um, and they have nothing to offer. Exactly. You see, my people, when you are into something and you know that the end of that thing you are doing will be progressive, do not listen even to your closest friend, because they might be asking you to drop it out, either out of jealousy or out of greed, or what the opposite is going to benefit them, like the politicians. If we stop Biafra now, the only thing the politicians will be benefiting is corruption. Ohaneze too are like those dogs that eat what fell down from the master's table. As Jesus Christ told the woman that was begging him for favor, and Jesus Christ said we cannot throw the master's food to the dogs. And she said that even the dogs can eat what fell down from the crumble from master's table. That is Ohaneze. And religion is what the Asians, Middle East, and the Europe brought to us. The Middle East brought Islam. The Europe brought us Christianity. Yes, and these things are seriously destroying us. Whereas the people that brought us this are busy making their country progressing, making it better and better for their children. Because those who use Fulani, like, what's his name again? Okay, like Lord Lugard, he is no longer alive. It is for their grandchildren, great-grandchildren, that are enjoying it today. So all these things, as you said, they are very correct. We are just being used always as how will I put it, sacrificial lamb. Enough is enough. Now that God has given us someone who is standing for us, we have to continue following him. We have to walk with him. We have to remain focused. I am not doing what I do because I enjoy it or because it is easy. I am doing it because I know that the end of Biafra will be so beneficial, not just to me as an adult, but to my children and grandchildren, and to many Biafrans. The same. You know, when you travel to someone's home, you can never feel comfortable until you get back home. You will feel relaxed because you will know that you are now in your home. We are all abroad, but I can tell you, this overseas country is not our home. Our children, most of the time, will be asking, Mom, when are we going home? When are we going to see our country? You know? So, my people, all these politicians, they are being used. Now, the real Igbo men, they are all gone. What we have now are the chaff. I'm telling you, these ones we have are the chaff. Just very few of them. And our PM is one of them. Let's focus with him. We are not going back to the zoo. Unfortunately, both these Ohaneze and their masters, their plan is dead on arrival. But let's keep listening, because you have to listen to your enemy so that you will know how to strike your own and strategize. That's why it is good to always bring their plans for you people to hear.
Or for any Igbo man to become the president, or for you to be appointed into the president of Tinubu, into the presidency of Tinubu. That Igbos were not massacred at Mpo. That those our brothers dumped in a Zoo River is never for Igbo man to be recognized as an important person under the Zoological Republic. Those that were massacred in Emene, those that were murdered in Afaruku Ibeku, those that were murdered and sent to judgment in Aba High School, those that were sent to judgment at Onitsha Head Bridge, these people did not die for Igbo man to become the president of the Zoological Republic. The earlier these cowards understand this, the better for all of them. Now, let's continue.
So, the political solution. So, when you understand it and begin to assuage people and begin to correct some of this in the past, and they will calm the nerves, and some of these agitations will reduce.
Like, seriously? Agwagi Ikwe? Oko, so Agwagi Ikwe, are you sure this man all these Igbo politicians, do they really have children? Iwana nwokwalu nwa ya na-egekwa ntị n'ife ọ na-ekwu, onwekwalu nwunye ọ na-anụkwa ife ọ na-ekwu. How do you believe that if they give you political appointment, then we'll now end our dream of becoming a free people? Like, I don't know, like, seriously? Are you kidding me? So what do you go?
So that's what we are looking at when we talk about political solution.
All right. Has he now told you what they are looking at, what they are looking for when they talk about political solution, right? Now, let me show you another. This one, he mentioned what they want from the federal government, right? He mentioned what they want from the federal. He has not told you about what they are looking for from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What he just said is what they want from the federal government. Now you may be asking, so what do they want from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Now let me play another video for you. Another video. After this one, then I will play the next video, which I'm going to use to send, message to the zoo youths, to the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom youths. Now, let us listen to this one. December.
And putting all the stats on there. Let's give a bit of, let's look at this, take it back. The historical grievances that the Southeast have faced, perceived marginalization that the
Hello,
Southeast
Don Clean, thank you.
Dr. Bonaya, do you think that Kanu's release could significantly reduce tensions and lead to meaningful dialogue? Again, emphasis on meaningful dialogue between the government and the IPOL. My question is why?
No. Because the zoo has never been at peace. You all will agree with me before Onyendu came. After Onyendu came, it wasn't. So his release can never bring any peace. The only thing that will bring peace, which some of you will agree with me or you can disagree, is Biafra. For us to go our separate way, become our own nation, the way our PM is following it, we are good to go. We are good to go, my people, because we have been pally-pally with Nigeria and they thought that there is something too great. It is the Southeasterners that made Nigeria great. That's where all the oil, God buried it underground for us. It is there in Warri, it is there in Uguta, Ebema, River State, Cross River, Akwa Ibom. It's there in Peninsula, Bakassi, all in our land. All in our land. Go and look at all their offices, all those big offices that they hold. They will take a Biafra man to be their deputy. Biafra man can never be the head, but deputy When it comes to writing, they will ask him to write. When it comes to coming out to read it out, they will tell him to come and read out, because they don't know what they are doing, but they will use you. For how long are we going to allow ourselves to be used? So my people, you know our PM is visiting Germany this very period. We will stop here, and I will see you people tomorrow. I thank you so much for joining. By 6 p.m. this evening, our PM is going to visit Germany. Try and be there. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to click the like button and share this message so that it goes viral. For our people back home to get the message, we are now 1 hour 30 minutes to this program, and I timed it so that by the time our PM will be due to visit Germany, we will round up. God bless Biafrans. We will not succumb to their cheap blackmail, and I pray that Onyendu will as well. God bless Biafrans. God bless our nation, and God bless our PM and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader. All hail Biafra. Peace, unity, and equity. Thank you, my people, from here. Bye.